Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Recording this at 3:30 in the morning, Sunday morning, and making recovery from a long COVID. I have been feeling a little bit better as days have gone on, so I'm a little bit optimistic now. But I gotta say, I'm very fortunate. My symptoms are very mild compared to a number of my friends, but even I was taken by surprise at how depressing and lonely long COVID symptoms can be. And I got to apologize if I talk too freely about COVID-19 in the past, because I recovered 3 times, all 3 very quick recoveries. I thought that my social life was being hurt a lot more by the lockdowns than what COVID meant, and now that I have a perspective of long COVID, I gotta take some of my words back. I had a friend who had significant long COVID symptoms, and unfortunately, he took his own life. He was grappling with long COVID issues for 3 months, chronic fatigue, chemical sensitivity issues. He had difficulty holding down a job, and he was struggling for many months, and presumably he took his own life. I mean, I heard about his funeral, and I didn't really read more into it. He lives very far away, but just from knowing what he had been talking about, I don't think I feel nearly as bad as he did. But I lost my appetite, and I was taken quite by surprise at how quickly I became very lonely as a result. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of connections here in the Phoenix area. I have a decent job right now where I'm being treated fairly. I have a game meetup that I like going to. I have favorite hangouts here. I shot a video yesterday at the Desert Botanical Garden. Those things are great too. But what really makes those things great is to be able to round it off with my favorite meal. And unfortunately, I didn't realize how much joy food was giving me until it was all taken away. So for example, right now I can only dream about eating this. I take 2 bites of this stuff, like 2 really tiny bites of it, and I'm stuffed. Almost like if somebody had shoved a balloon into my stomach. I can hardly take a few bites of food. And it doesn't help that my job doesn't really allow me to nibble through the day, right? So I work right now. I teach at a community college. You can't nibble in front of the students, right? I do tutoring, both with gigs that I find on my own and also at a tutoring center. Can't really eat during that either. I make bismuth art. You definitely can't eat when you're handling hot materials and potentially toxic metals. So it doesn't help that I can't just slowly graze through the day. And then when I do get a chance to eat, I take 2 bites and I'm instantly stuffed. And earlier this week, when I was really struggling, I had a hard time even getting fluids down, let alone solid food. I'm feeling better now, but I was taken by surprise at how quickly I became depressed when just one aspect of my life was taken away, right? I still had all my friends. I still had good working relations at my job. I still have my hobbies. I'm writing a publication for the game of Ticket to Ride Poland, because it's the 125th anniversary of Mary Curie discovering polonium, right? In honor of her. But don't get me wrong, I love all that stuff too, but food, having my favorite meal really rounds out all of that, and unfortunately, loss of appetite to the degree that I have is never going to kill anybody, right? But you come to realize how how we take for granted something like as simple as the joy of having our favorite chocolate or fish, or what else do I like, or even a non-alcoholic beer, right? The joys of having that you don't really think about, right? You just do it until you can't, right? So I want you guys to think about things that you do every day, and don't take it for granted that you'll always be able to do that, right? That's my takeaway message for my recovery from long COVID. And also be a little bit more flexible minded, right? When you can't eat, maybe enjoy some other things for now. Maybe next month I'll have memory problems and won't be able to work on my computer research. Then I could enjoy eating. You get the idea, right? Be flexible with how you enjoy your life, right? All right, this is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.